Hi, I'm Lonna Bartley, and thank you for joining me here today. Um, I would just like to take a minute and share some information with you about who I am and tell you a little story about how life has shaped me and my background. I am Lonna, and I'm a soul frequency guide and a teacher, a way shower for people who are remembering who they really are beneath the conditioning, beyond your survival patterns, and beyond your inherited narrative, the beliefs about who you are. My work is about helping people come home to your authentic frequency, the blueprint between the identity, who the world told you to be, um, and to help you live from the truth of who you really are in a way that is grounded, embodied, and world changing. I bridge mysticism and real life human experience. I don't want spirituality to be a performance, but a lived, integrated sovereignty of your soul and your human self. The work that I do is for people who want to feel and expand, knowing that they are being met for a life guided by intuition, your own inner authority, connection, and energetic integrity. If that speaks to you, then you're in the right place. People who are drawn to me really are those who have felt you have a deeper purpose. Even if you can't name it yet, I can help you find it. If you're tired of trying to change yourself to fit into others' expectations or into roles that no longer aligning with who you really are. If you're ready to step into your sovereignty, emotionally, spiritually, creatively, energetically, then I'm a good match. If you're someone who values depth and honesty, soul truth and alignment over performance, if you're someone who feels called to bridge mysticism and groundedness, if you're drawn to energy, frequency, intuition, inner guidance, I can help you find a pathway. If you are beyond the surface level spirituality, you want something that's real, embodied, and powerful, or you want a breakthrough that's not just emotional but energetic and soul based in a way that broadens your understanding and your perspective. If you're willing to release old patterns that keep you stuck, old timelines, and inherited limitations, then I'm a good fit. If you have a sense that you are the creator of your own reality and not just a reactor, then I can help you there. Understand the origins of your being. If you believe or are beginning to believe that your intuition and energetic sensitivities are a gift and want to deepen or expand them, I can help you. If you want to feel held, seen, and recognized for the truth and the depth of your own being, I can hold that space for you. If you're ready to shift into the next evolution of your life with support and guidance, then I am here for you. Know that your voice, your presence, and being carry impact, even if they've been dimmed for years. Let's turn up the light together. If you are someone who sees yourself as a mystic, someone who's sensitive, a visionary, a healer, an architect of change, or someone becoming something more than what you know, but you can't yet put your finger on it, I can assist you. We are a good match. Let me just share with you a little bit about my life, my path. My parents were my children when they had me, really, 18 and 20. And as the oldest child to these two people, I, who had a lifetime of unhealed wounds, shall we say, I did not get out of my family lineage without damage. But I was a little girl who, even though that happened to, had a strong connection to spirit, to the angelic realm. My mom called it my imaginary friends, but I knew it was something more than that. And so for a long time, I had connections. They were my playmates. They were my guides, my teachers. Through the years, though, was the trauma. I was dealing with trying to survive in my family unit. Um, I lost that connection, and some of us do. As the veil closes, we lose that connection. But I began to have what I would describe as symptoms of chronic fatigue, unprocessed emotional fatigue. And it was impacting my auric system. I didn't know that then. I just called it chronic fatigue. Um, but through a series of events, I tried to get help from the medical profession, and they thought I was crazy and put me on antidepressants, and that was not my issue. Then the symptoms from that made them think that I might be having a brain tumor. I did not. So after this journey in the medical field, I thought, I need to find a solution. And so I prayed, please help me find a solution. And I was working with emotionally disturbed and behavior disordered youth. And my staff one day went to a ropes course. And part of the afternoon activities, morning was group activities, the afternoon was individual activities. And one of the things that we were challenged with was to climb, do a climb up a like 40-foot telephone pole. So I attempted it, and I got about 3/4 of the way up. And I got myself in this weird angle, and I couldn't figure out how to let go and pull myself up to the next rung. And lo and behold, an angel came up to me and said, "How's it going?" And I said, "Aren't you kind of a smart aleck? I'm kind of stuck here if you can't see." And the angel said, "I see that. And in order to make it to the top, you're going to have to do something different than what got you here in the first place, up to this level." And then they said, "Just like your chronic fatigue, you're going to have to do something different." So I was like, oh. So the next day I was going to an event. I saw a lady. We had, all these friends of mine, but I just so happened to have a lady come sit at my table who told me about energy work and Reiki. And so I went for a few sessions, and I was amazed at the intuition of this woman. When I would be doing a guided meditation, she could see what I was experiencing, had a lot of emotional release and crying and journaling after the sessions. And she said, "Hey, you could learn to do this yourself." So I did an attunement. And in that attunement, Jesus came to me, and Mother Mary came to me, and Mary Magdalene came to me, and But Jesus is the one who said, "You are healed." And I knew that auric energy and the leaks in my auric field had been sealed and closed. And it took my body about, and I knew it would, and I had gotten specific instructions on some supplements that I should take to support my body during that time. And so it took about 6 months, but my energy fully returned. Um, and so I just began this process of, I don't know, I'm being shown unwinding from condition and programming, trauma, emotional things that I had been carrying, not just from this lifetime, but a load of lifetimes. And energy work became my religion. I began to understand that everything is energy and we are energies. And I began to understand that we have frequency patterns, um, source codes, if you will, from our divine essence of who we really are, frequencies that teach us, that guide us, that are with us from lifetime after lifetime of just who our soul really is and they're our soul expression. I became aware that there's familial, um, inherited frequencies that we carry, um, just like a tone on a piano, a key, a note, or a color with a certain uh, vibrational frequency that we carry. And we carry more than one. So, that are often braided together. Um, and so I became just a student of energy, my own energy and what I carry, the blocks that are there, the dark spots, if you will, or the places that the frequency is out of tune. It's not in sync and harmony with the other frequencies. How to clear those. Um, I began being taught by my own. I call them my soul team, and I know main guides that show up. I know that I work with a variety, a plethora, if you will, of divine higher councils and the order of the divine mother, the divine rose, the divine feminine, um, and various members. Sometimes they come with a unified voice, sometimes they come with their individual voice, and every session is different from a client. My work is changing now. I really feel drawn to helping people expand their consciousness in the fastest way possible and to help you tap into your own soul purpose. We're all here for a reason. And the future of humanity is calling you now to tap into the fullness of your being and help you find your unique frequency and voice to do what you were destined here to be. Humanity needs you showing up 100%. So if you think that you're a mystic, a sensitive, a visionary, a healer, an architect of change, or again, just someone who's becoming who you are, and you are all about expansion, groundedness, being real and authentic and true, then I would love to invite you to work with me, um, and let me help you shift where you are into the most expansive you that you can be. Welcome to becoming your truth and your allness and your wholeness. It's what you've always been.